What is happening? Different video this time. We're going to be doing some rust repairs on that RX8.
Care for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Game on the fence, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
So in typical RX8 fashion, the sills are gone. And it's the same around the other side. This side's worse, but I have picked it up more. So we're not trying to get it perfect. We're not trying to leave it like a brand new car or anything, but we do want it to pass MOT. So we're probably going to go from about here and patch this, and then we've got the inner sill to do it this side as well. The other side seems okay, it's far better, but we've got to basically make one patch that goes into here and make another patch that comes into here, and then make this. So I imagine there's going to be a few different patches because I have no way of actually folding sheet metal nicely other than a hammer and a bit of wood. So I'm going to start by pulling these out. I won't bore you guys with a time lapse, but I'm going to pull the arch liners out of both sides so they don't catch fire, and then we'll start cutting. So now with this thing out of the way, you can actually see the extent of the damage, and it is rough enough. So we're going to have a plate that comes from here the whole way up and across here. And then we're going to have another one under here that meets it. And then another probably 3. One that goes around there, and one that goes across there, and then one that comes out to meet it. Because again, I don't have any way of bending metal. So rather than me being able to make a big elaborate patch that's just never going to work without a folder of some description, I've just got to use a hammer and get creative. So yeah, I'm going to fire you guys on the stand and get a grinder and see what's left of this RX8 by the time we're done. So that's the first bit cut out. The camera stand fell over whilst I was doing that, so I'm not sure how much you guys actually saw. But the thing I'm going to do is make up this patch now, because if I cut all this stuff out, then I'm going to lose track of where I'm at, and then the car's going to be a different shape to when I started. So I'm going to make a patch just to here for 2 reasons. That this would be an easier patch to make than this, and also the leg of the lift's in the way, so I'm going to get this bit sorted. Then I'm going to move the leg to probably here, and then do this little patch in here as well. And it'll probably be the same on the back, because in here, well, in here is solid, but I'll be patching the whole way to there anyway. So I'm going to get a bit of cardboard and make a template of this, and then cut it out and bend it and fold it and do everything I can and make it sit in nice. And then I'm going to move on to cutting out more of this dead metal. And this is how we are folding our new patch. I'm just going to beat this up the roads and hope for the best. So I've now got a line here, and everything from here up needs to be curved around. So here goes nothing. So considering the lack of tools, I think that is pretty bang on. Like, it follows the profile of the car okay. Even the flat at the bottom, like that fold there, just came out perfect. I mean, it was more luck than good judgment, but I'm happy with it. Again, I know I'm going to be welding to not so great metal and stuff, but this car doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to get through MOT and keep it alive for another couple of years. So the next patch I'm going to make up is this one, because once it's sort of shaped and into place, that'll give me an idea of what shape these patches in here need to be. The one that goes from there to there, and then hopefully one that just goes around that full bend. But then I've got in here, it's pretty rough itself. So yeah, I'm going to just get started and make this patch up. So I'm running out of clamps, but this is how it's going to be in theory. I've just drawn a line with a pencil, holding it against there, just so I know where to cut this one. And then if you look under here, it's shaping up pretty well. So what I'm going to do is pull these off, get rid of all this dead metal, and then I can position these back up and tack them into place, and this will be their final resting place, and that way I can start making these final plates that are going in here. Okay, so I have made the executive decision that I can't get anything in there to cut that out, so I'm just going to hit it with a bit of rust inhibitor, and then I've cleaned up the line in which I'll be putting a patch to in there anyway. So what I'm going to do is get this boyo tacked into place and then drill holes in this patch along that edge so we can just plug weld it like it's spot welded from factory, but I don't have a spot welder, so plug weld it is. So onto a time lapse for you guys. At what point are you just making a new RX8 out of an old one? So, that patch is in, that patch is in. I've got 2 more to make, one for back there. I don't want to put my hand in because it's too hot, but one for back there and one for there. And then we've just got to create this thing again. And then that'll be this side done. Oh yeah, and one up here as well. And then that'll be one side done. Luckily the other side is nowhere near as bad. I'm just going to keep time-lapsing it because I really need to get this done and it's already like midnight. So next I'm just going to make this patch up, weld them in, show you guys the finished product, and then this little lip thing here, probably up to like here, will do very last. So ignoring the roughness of these welds because, well, thank God for seam sealer that's going to cover all of that. Yeah, that patch in there is going to be pretty rough, but again, I have no way of folding it to the contour of the car, so it's all hidden behind the wheel arch liner anyway, so you won't see it, but yeah. Mr. MOT man will have no problem with this. I've still obviously got to put the lip around the arch in and finish welding that patch in, but I'm going home. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. This took way longer than I thought, so I will continue this tomorrow. So we're back for day 2 of rust repairs on the RX8. I can't really remember where we'd left off, but all I've got to do at this side is finish welding this patch, a thin patch that goes up here to put this line back into it, and then one little square down here. And then that will be this side completely finished. So I'm just going to smash that out as quickly as possible and then start tearing into the other side. I'm going to take this opportunity to just ask you guys to go down and like the video if you like the video, and subscribe if you aren't already, because there is so much more content coming, especially with the white E36. I've some big plans and big updates that I'll tell you about in the next video. I'm probably just going to time-lapse the rest of the cutting and welding process just to speed this video up. I know it's already got quite long because I've been at this for a long time already. So yeah, cue the time-lapse. The lip is in, and this side, bar this stupid wee square here, is finished. I'm gonna weld this side, and I'm just gonna smash the other side out, because the other side is literally just a patch under here, and then a patch in here. So it's nothing like what the other side was, and I know this video was dragging on ages, so I'll just show you guys the finished product of this side, and that way you guys aren't watching the same thing twice. Okay, so far so good. We've got all the patches welded in there. This patch here welded on. I've had to do this so I can get to this patch that actually is going to go to here, because this is all rotten too. And this side is finished too. Got the lip welded in. It's all looking pretty good. Again, it's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better than it was, and it'll definitely last a couple of years and keep this car on the road. I'm going to call it here for this video because I am tired, but in the next video we will be filling, stone chipping and painting these sills. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.